Hello everybody, it's Arrow here. I am recording with the face cam for once, so this is going to be different. Um, to start off the video, I'm going to be doing some rainbows battles with my friend TRNRFlippi, and after that, I'm going to go into some jungle battles, and we're going to look at PvPoke and try to figure out the jungle meta a little bit. So, without further ado, let's get into the battles. So his team, he's got Kingdra, Quagsire, Fortress, Charizard, Weepinbell, and Slowpoke. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Venomoth. Venomoth is weak to two things on this team, being the Slowpoke and Charizard. And he's not the best matchup against Kingdra, but it's not super weak either. It's a toss-up there. But I like starting with Venomoth. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in the Rainbow Cup. He starts off with Kingdra, so we're going to go Venomoth versus Kingdra. Let's see how this goes. I switch out immediately. I switch into Azumarill, which is a hard Kingdra counter. He switches into the Quagsire. So I'm like, okay, I'll get a Play Rough off. He's probably not going to shield, so this will do quite a bit of damage. Get the Play Rough off, take about half of his health, and now it's just bubble, 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 bubble. And I don't shield this, and I think it's a Sludge Bomb. Yes, it ends up being a Sludge Bomb, and that takes a lot of my health, so I probably should have shielded that. Get to the Ice Beam, and I'm either going to take him out or get the shield, and I get the shield. So Azumarill's just going to be bubbling away, and at this point, I think I let it go, and I probably should have just shielded there and farmed up the Quagsire, but I bring in the Venomoth and farm up the Quagsire that way. And this is where I probably mess up. I don't know why it took so long, but I was probably stuck into a confusion. I get a Poison Fang off, and this will either take a shield or do quite a bit of damage, and it does damage, so I switch into Quagsire. And I go into Acid Spray, which I did it really early, so it's probably a dead giveaway. And he doesn't shield, so that kind of screws me. So his Dragon Breath is doing so much damage, man. That sucks. He's gonna get an Outrage off, and then I farm up a little energy, and it probably cost me because that did a lot of damage. So I guess Stone Edge, and it ends up KOing. He doesn't waste the shield, and at this point, this is where I messed up the most. I think he gets a Blast Burn off. And I thought maybe it was a Dragon Claw, maybe I could do something else with it. But no, it was a Blast Burn. So I bring in the Moth, and Charizard with 1 HP. 1 HP, man. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. One more Mud Shot, something. Like, I'd have won that match. We ended up going down with 1 shield left. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. So, for the second round, I mean, like, it worked pretty well. I don't see a point in not doing the same thing, but I end up going ahead and doing the same thing. So, yeah. This second round is going to be Venomoth, Azumarill, and Quagsire. He's going to go ahead and lead with Kingdra, and I don't think I bailed the first time here, which is probably the difference. I'm going to get to that Poison Fang, and hopefully it'll take a shield. It does not, so I should have probably just went for the Silver Wind. Silver Wind does a little more damage, and also, if you get that boost, it's amazing. So, Kingdom's going to use the Outrage. I'm going to shield that. And at this point, I get another Poison Fang off. I probably should have just farmed a little more energy. I probably wouldn't have died, but I'm not certain. I'll look at this matchup here in a minute. So, Slowpoke comes in, and that's bye, Venomoth. There's no chance. No chance at all. Now I'm down 1 shield, and I know I have an advantage with Slowpoke, And he goes ahead and gets off a Psyshock, and it does a little bit of damage, but it doesn't kill. I go ahead and hit the Acid Spray, hoping to either burn a shield. Well, I'm hoping to burn a shield, and it does actually burn the shield. So I go into the Stone Edge, because I've been doing double Acid Spray a lot, hoping that maybe he doesn't shield, and he doesn't shield, so I get the KO out on it, and the only reasonable thing I can do here is go straight for that Acid Spray, and I'm going to go ahead and get that shield. No, I'm not going to get the shield, but now I have a Azumarill against a Water Gun Quagsire with one shield apiece. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this first Sludge Bomb. And the Quagsire has been taken down, so I'm going to go ahead and get off the Play Rough, and him knowing that it's pretty much game at that point, just lets it go through. Because even if that Quagsire had gotten to another charge move, it wouldn't have KO'd, and I'd still hit another charge move before. So that was round 2 of our best 2 out of 3. TRNRFlippi's one of my friends from the Go Stadium. He was in my lobby for a while and then ended up backing out, but we still hit Ultra Friends, and I still hit him up for some battles. He's a really nice dude. So we're like, I love this lineup. This is what I've run in a mini tournaments in Chicago whenever I did my open / my weighted Rainbow Cup, and then the one that I did that was 7 rounds. I ran this lineup a lot, and the only problem it runs into is if you get stuck without Venomoth and having to Razor Leaf User. So he starts off with Quagsire, I start off with Venomoth, and this is a positive lead to me, because if he lets the Silver Wind through, which he did, you have to shield once and Quagsire dies. So I shield this and get that Stone Edge. So he comes in with he comes in with Fortress, and I get a Poison Fang, which was so stupid. Oh, that was so stupid. I should have switched out here, but I got greedy. So I get off a Silver Wind, and even if he does shield, it doesn't matter. It does a little. It gets the Fortress health down a lot. So I bring in a Azumarill, and this is where I'm screwed. I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to end up getting hit by an Earthquake. I switch out into Quagsire. And, yeah. That's... You see what he just switched into? I'm done. I can't win this at all. That Razor Leaf just... God. So... The only advice I have, if you want to run this lineup, it's amazing. It's a great lineup. Gotta keep Venomoth alive in case there's a Razor Leaf user. If you have the opportunity to switch Venomoth out, do it. Because Confusion just mows through them. All the Razor Leaf user. Confusion will mow through them. And you'll be able to get to a charge move before they do. So yeah, that's the Rainbow battles. And... Venomoth is a great Pokemon. Don't let its use go too far. Because it can take out a Pokemon or a Pokemon and a half. Hell, it can sweep. It can sweep a team. But you need it in case there's a Razor Leafer in the back. And if there's not a Venomoth, if there's not a counter to the Razor Leafer and you're running 2 water, you're done. There's no way. I love this lineup, but you gotta watch out for the Razor Leaf. Okay, those were the Rainbow battles. Let's get into the Jungle Cup. We did a Jungle Cup battles afterwards, and I'm like, this is something else. So, Jungle Cup is a damn weird cup, man. oh man, just, I don't know how to describe it. You need the monkey. I think it fits. Vigoroth's a monkey. Monkeys are found in jungles. You have to have a monkey in the jungle. So, Vigoroth is the king of this cup. It's the Quag's king of everything. It does so well. So, to go into this match, we're doing just random jungle battles. I start off with Venusaur. I have Venomoth and Vigoroth. I got the 3 Vs. I like running all 3 of these in this cup. Start off with Venusaur. He starts off with Vigoroth. And Venusaur is going to get off this Frenzy Plant. He's going to go ahead and shield. And switch out. He's going to switch out into Fortress. And at this point, there's no point for my Venusaur being in there. I switch into Vigoroth after I charge up enough for a Frenzy Plant. I'm going to go ahead and shield this Rock Tomb. And as that's coming through, I get a Body Slam. I'm already to that Body Slam. Like, that's how fast the Body Slam is. Vigoroth's Body Slam is going to hit Fortress for not very much, but I mean, it does about 1/8 of the health. I get off another Body Slam. I'm thinking he'll shield this one probably. And we're getting a little bit of lag. But he lets that one through. So I end up feigning him with counters. So now I'm at a really big advantage considering I have a Venusaur charged up all the way. He brings in his Vigoroth. I'm going to go ahead and shield this Bulldoze because I was like, I don't want to take a Body Slam, but it's a Bulldoze, so it's okay. I still didn't want to take it. And he just wasted a ton of energy. So now I'm like, I'm good. I have a Body Slam and a Frenzy Plant ready. We're good. Golem comes in. He's not going to shield. So we're going to do not very much damage there at all. I'm going to come in with Venusaur. Go straight into the Frenzy Plant. After I wait up. I don't know why I waited the switch clock. It wasn't much fun. Venusaur. Get off the Frenzy Plant. I'm like, okay, now I know this thing has charged energy. And I need to switch out to soak that charge move. And in comes Venomoth. Rock Blast is super effective. I was kind of hoping it'd be a one-hit KO, but it wasn't. He gets off 2 Rock Throws, and in comes Venusaur to finish him off with 1 fast move. So, Venusaur did really well there. It's going to be a staple on teams. It's just one of those Pokemon that's not going to be able to be matched. Because it's got so much use. It's been around in so many different cups. And it's a really great Pokemon. Shout out to my boy Sam for giving me my Venusaur under 1500. Bulbasaur Community Day was actually my first day playing again. Really. From my 2-year break that everyone had. And I got a few Venusaurs with Frenzy Plant, but all of them that I got were, I powered them up as much as I could to start. I felt like I needed to. And so, yeah, I did that. And so, thank you, Sam, for giving me this other Venusaur. And shout out to Cole for giving me the Venomoth. He's one of my friends that played back in 2016. It has Poison Fang. We met up at dinner one night. I was like, let me look through your Pokemon Go account. He was like, what? I was like, just trust me, please. Still looking for that Thundershock Discharge Magneton, so hopefully one of my friends, I can find one. But Magneton didn't really spawn much in Texas in 2016, so yeah, that might be a hard get. So we're going into the second round of this jungle 2 out of 3, and I start with regular Raichu, and he goes ahead and mirror matches it, which is kind of funny. So I know this isn't a wild charge, so I'm going to go ahead and let it through because my wild charge was not charged yet. And I go ahead and store a little bit more energy, and I'm going to go for a wild charge, thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe he might let this through. Get off the wild charge, he goes ahead and shields it. I get off a brick break, and he goes ahead and doesn't shield it. So now we're pretty much the same thing, because he's going to try a wild charge here, and I'm going to shield it, so shinies do more damage. That's what I've been told. That's why mine's still kicking and his isn't. So I go ahead and get it off a brick break, and my shiny wins. Shinies do more damage, guys. It's proven right there. That proves it. So I go ahead and get off a brick break, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. That's as much damage as I can get. I don't think I could have gotten to the wild charge there. But his fortress did store a little bit of energy. And now I'm like, what do I do here? Because, I mean, my best counter to fortress is, well, fortress. And we're both at one shield. So I'm just going to come in with Beedrill and charge up energy until he hits his charge move. That way, whenever I switch my fortress in here, we're on an even playing field for getting to that next charge move. But he goes ahead and switches out. And switches into Magneton, which I don't know if he thought about Earthquake or thought it was too quick, but I go ahead and get off an Earthquake, and he doesn't shield it, so that's bye-bye Magneton. So he switches into Fortress, and I think he's, like, giving in. Like, giving me the win here, because he let that Earthquake go through, and he shouldn't have. So, yeah, that's the end of the Jungle Cup battles that we did. So, I'm going to go ahead and look at PvPoke's Jungle Cup rankings. And at the top, we got Fortress with Bug Bite and Heavy Slam, which does a lot of damage to all the other bugs slash grass types that we have in this cup. So, Fortress, Vigoroth right there at the top. You need a Vigoroth on your team. Breloom is a good counter against it, but Breloom's super weak to flying, and it's tough to run Breloom, in my opinion. Venusaur also counters it. Beedrill counters it. It's a solid. You can counter it. It's not that hard, but you need counters for it. Alolan Golem is a different Pokemon. I don't know. With the rock electric typing, I feel like Lantern would just be a better counter towards Alolan Golem. It'll be able to eat pretty much any attack. But that Wild Charge move is what puts Alolan Golem in here over Alolan Graveler, because Wild Charge is such a strong move, and it charges a little faster than Thunderbolt, I believe. Noctowl. This is a flyer that you need on your team to take care of the bugs, to take care of the grass. And it does solid against, let's see what Fortress and Noctowl's matchup does. Never mind. Let's look at Noctowl. Noctowl versus Jungle Cup. It's not going to want to work. Okay, cool. But Fortress, no. Noctowl and Vigoroth are, it's a close match. You can soak the counters a little easier, and it depends on shields, really. Alolan Graveler, I would think it holds up a little bit more bulkier than Alolan Golem, just because its level will be a little bit higher, because it's a lower evolution. Magnezone, also above Magneton, and I think that's because of the Wild Charge. I really think the Wild Charge is the better electric move, and that's why these higher evolutions in Alolan Golem and regular and Magnezone are coming in ahead of Alolan Grappler and Magneton, respectively. We got Sizer making an appearance, and Vespiquen, which that's a weird Pokemon to see, in my opinion. Venusaur, it's going to cover the Lantern, it's going to cover the Vigoroth, which is important. It's going to cover the Electrics. So it's really covering the normal and the Electrics. So Venomoth is pretty much a solid pick on every team. We are going to go ahead and have regular Raichu, actually. There he is. He's going to cover Noctowl, Scizor, Fortress. He's going to cover the bugs, the normals, even the other electrics he's going to beat. We're going to have Heracross. And Heracross, in my opinion, is a must-use. I need to go ahead and travel down to Victoria, Texas to go get one, because it's the best counter for Vigoroth, in my opinion. Lantern. We've all played with Lantern since the Tempest Cup. It's a great Pokemon. We don't have to worry about Tropius and its Razor Leaf. A lot of people are going to go ahead and go with Vine Whip on Venusaur, so this Pokemon will be able to actually do some... It's going to get hurt by the grass types, but it'll be able to go off in ways that are going to be good. Alolan Geodude is even this high up. I did not realize that before. Cradily. That infestation move is coming in clutch here. It's actually covering a lot of the meta. I might have to look into using this. It has great charge moves too, and Grass Knot and Stone Edge. I think I want to use this. I'll have to go ahead and trade for some Anoriths because I deleted all mine before the Go Fest, but Cradily, guys. I'm gonna have to look into that. Ivysaur, pretty much the same thing as Venusaur. Meganium's the same thing as Venusaur. Dustox makes an appearance here. And it's ahead of Venomoth, but Venomoth's showing up as Bug Bite, which Confusion I feel like is just better. But that's me. And Bug Bite's kind of harder to find because that's a double legacy. But if you have it, use it. You don't get many opportunities to do that, so I don't see why you wouldn't find a way to make it work. Overall, this is a different type of meta, but I like it. We're finally getting that normal typing, and 2 of the top 4 Pokemon are normal. So it's going to take some getting used to, but this cup, I'm going to run a lot of simulations. I'll be sharing a lot with y'all since I can, and I actually have a face cam now, so I hope y'all can enjoy it. So now I'm going to go into how my tournaments went in Chicago. I went ahead and hopped my global rank up to 171. 171, guys. I competed in 3 different tournaments. I did Miss Mystics, Rainbow Cup, which that was so much fun. Right after my Go Fest day, the tournament started around 7:30. We ended up ending it at around close to 10, so it was a little bit of a journey. But my Rainbow team, and I love this team. It doesn't have any fire, and it's double bug, triple water, and one grass. So I got Venusaur, Venomoth, Mantine, Quagsire, Azumarill, and Fortress. So I took that team on Friday into the open qualifier, and I went ahead and went 4-2. Probably should have done a little better, but just make sure you click the right team. That's all I'm gonna say. And then we did the TV Pokemon Go Rainbow Cup, and that was a lot of fun. Ended up going 4-3. Started out 1-3. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm sorry, this is bad. I gotta do better. So I ended up going 4-3. And overall, it was just a great weekend. I jumped my world rank up. I'm wanting to get to that 100 battles ranked, but it's a struggle. So, thank you all guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to be starting rolling out a lot more content, so I'm hoping that I can get a little bit more better at this YouTube thing. The face cam's a big start. So thank y'all guys.